Golf for too long has kind of used what I call internally when we're talking kind of the field of dreams approach, which is if you build it, they will come. We can't do that. I got into golf when I was 10 years old. I grew up just outside of New York City, and I went to my dad and said, hey, I want to start playing golf. And he always had this set of clubs in the closet that I would look at, and he said, well, the best way to learn how to play golf is to caddy. And he dropped me off that weekend at the local private club in Bedford, New York. We weren't members, and I started caddying there when I was 10.
So did you saw his clubs and that motivated you? Or?
It really was. I mean, he had this old set of Walter Hagen's and a vinyl canvas Sunday travel bag, and for some reason it just mesmerized me. And then of course he would watch golf on television. I have 4 older sisters. They weren't particularly interested in golf. I think if they grew up in today's environment, they would have been.
Under your leadership, PGA held its first women's tournament. Why make that step?
Of all the things we've done as an organization since I've been involved with the PGA of America, which is going on 5 years now, it's what I'm the most proud of. I think back to discussions we had in the boardroom about our belief that golf needs to be more diverse. We said, you know what, we're doing a good job with our player development programs of bringing women and girls into the game. But we also looked at ourselves and said, you know what, we've never done anything on the grand scale. When later that summer walked into headquarters and you were greeted by the pictures of all of our champions. And for the first time, you know, we had a woman up there. That's a real key moment in the history of the PGA of America.
There's a perception, I think, that golf is elitist. How do you counter that?
I think golf has suffered from that image, and if you look at the history of golf, that was certainly evident in its past. But I think the major golf entities, including us, are trying to do everything we can to say you can come from anywhere, you could have any type of build, you could be male, female. Give golf a chance. Find a PGA professional, let him or her connect you to this game, because it truly is a sport of a lifetime.
It seems to be a conversation that people are having, that there's a lack of interest in whatever sport it may be. Do you think for golf that there's any particular problem attracting millennials?
I would say, I mean, if you had come to Hazeltine for the Ryder Cup, you would say there are no problems in terms of attracting millennials to golf. We have to do a better job of explaining to millennials, and quite frankly, all generational groups, that golf doesn't need to be a 4-hour experience. It doesn't need to be 9 holes or 18 holes. There are so many different golf experiences you can have. We feel strongly about that, our PGA professionals feel strongly about that, and we're going to continue to do a better job of communicating that.
Are there any initiatives to focus on that older, the people who are retired? Let's bring them either back to the game or introduce them to it.
Yeah, we want to definitely have people who've played the game and for whatever reason have strayed away, bring them back and say, hey, wait, give it another chance. I played sports. I played football, basketball, baseball growing up, but I'm not playing competitive football anymore.
Right.
You know, occasionally I'll play a pickup game in a gym, basketball, and try not to get hurt.
Yeah.
But golf, I started when I was 10, and I'll play to the day I die. I mean, think about it. So if you're home watching the PGA Championship last year in 2016 at Baltusrol, you can watch Jimmy Walker win the PGA Championship, and then later that day or the next day, you can go out there and play that same exact golf course. And that's special. And that golf is different in that way, and we have to capitalize on those differences.